So let's just get the basic backstory on how Unsettling Toys started.
All right. Well, it was actually Brian's idea. We were just hanging out one day, and we both really like spooky, creepy, weird stuff, horror movies, all that. And so we both had a bunch of weird ass, like creepy stuff in our houses. And he was just sort of thinking, and he said, we should make a business that like removes creepy toys from houses where they're haunting people and like give them to people who really want creepy, weird stuff.
Yeah. And then, so after that, we just started buying more stuff. And then, birthday present, my 50th birthday present. I know I look 40, but I'm actually 50. She made for a gift for my birthday. She kind of set up the business, like the Instagram that I don't know if you've been on that, and website and business cards and all that stuff.
And stickers.
And since then it's been rolling, and it's been pretty crazy.
Yeah. Are you like, so it's a fun idea, but did you think in practice this would be a thing that people would actually, like a service people would actually need and utilize?
Absolutely not.
No, we've been really surprised by the amount of interest and the number of people who are adopting the toys, and people who are sending us toys that need removing. We just got one from California
Really?
a couple days ago where the whole family was scared and they cleansed their house with holy water, and the little girl saw the doll walking down the hall on its own. Like there are a lot of people who are quite unsettled by things that are in their house and are excited to get rid of it.
What was like the first call that you got? Like, do you remember that?
Was it Nestor?
I think it was.
Yeah. We have a client in California who we still stay in contact with, and he still buys to a man who lives in California and has a glorious collection of really dark, macabre sort of items. He has shelves and shelves of just really well done horror paraphernalia, basically. And we were selling a Rushton doll. Rushton dolls are like, they have like these weird rubber faces, and a lot of them were like old men that looked kind of like Elmer Fudd smoking cigars, And we had this Rushton doll named Nestor, and this client is actually allows us to share photos and allows people who are interviewing us to contact him. So I can be more specific about the doll's name. But it was just a Rushton doll that's like this pervy looking old man doll, and he bought that one. And I think that was our first client.
But you do I guess, at least in Portland, like house calls essentially.
Yes, we do. We had one man that woke up in the morning and he had one in his front yard, and then like the next day it was closer, and then the next day it was closer. He kept expecting a kid to come get it or something. And I mean, it could have been squirrels.
Yeah.
But it was weird enough. Picked that one up.
We found most of our business is just from all over the country, though. I mean, very few. I mean, we're pretty new. We actually have a pretty good following, but a lot of it is just not even from Portland. I mean.
Yeah, a lot of it is from, for some reason, Michigan. We have so many clients in Michigan, and I don't know why.
Were you big collectors of? Were you doing the collecting kind of before the whole business idea?
I collect a little bit, just because we're kind of always interested in that. I wouldn't say we're collectors. We would just kind of go out and kind of see interesting things and stuff. But once the idea kind of got legs, that we've become avid collectors.
Well, and Brian, when we started was like, oh, they're all for sale for a price. I was like, can we keep this one? He's like, nope, everything's for sale. And now he gets he's like, I don't want to sell that one.
Yeah, I sort of love them all now, and I can't.
They're all your children.
We also have
They are all my children.
Yeah.
There's also a clean out company that goes and does when someone's moving or something like that. They will go and clean out the basements and attics and just take care of all the junk. And we have one of those companies that when they find something really incredible, then they'll call us and be like, we saw this horrible thing and you need to come look at it immediately. Like
Oh
him.
God.
Yeah.
Isn't he glorious?
Broken jaw and everything.
I feel I feel cursed now just looking at it through the camera. That's good.
Yeah, he's great. So he's one that they walked into an attic doing a clean out and he was in a corner and they about lost their shit and and called us right away.
What are you saying in general? I mean, I'm sure that like these things come into people's possessions for all kinds of different reasons, but like what do you most often hear? Are they like, heirlooms that have just been in people's families for decades that have just been sitting around? Do they find them randomly? What's like the average story?
Yeah. It's the heirloom thing. I think more and more people just like, yeah, this was my mother's and maybe,
It terrorized me. A lot of kids had things in their rooms against their will when they were kids, and it would keep them up at night and they're finally get a hold of it and get rid of it.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, everything's so much better with a story. So, we try not to just find stuff, we're more and more sitting back and letting things kind of come to us and because they're just all so unique.
Yeah.
But the story makes them,
Yeah, for sure.
Go ahead.
We have one named Grace, and when this lady's mother passed, then all the dolls got packed up into a box, and when they went back years later and took them out of a box, this one doll has blood on her. Like, honest to God, there's blood on her dress. And she was the only one, and they don't know why, and she came immediately to us. But really, it's like she has blood on her. I don't think there's anything else that looks like that. It's like the right brown in the right kind of spots. So we don't really know. Weird stuff like that.
Wow. What's the best story that you've heard from somebody?
Like, my favorite stories are the stories where it's a completely unremarkable looking doll.
Mm-hmm.
Just something kind of cute that you would never think of, and then weird things start happening around the house,
Yeah.
As far as, I could tell Creeperton.
Yeah,
that sounds like a good one. And are these mostly
this thing's been it's the first thing we ever had.
Oh my God. So what the hell is that?
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
We don't know. I was helping one of my good friends clean out her mother-in-law's house, and she had been living there with her boys. My friend had been living there with her 2 sons, and we were cleaning out their room, and this was under her son's bed. And Brian and I, it was before we started the business, but it was after we had talked about it. And I looked at it and was like, what is this? It's horrifying. And she's like, I have no idea. And so I threw it in the garbage bag and thinking about it. And then as we were going upstairs to do one last check, he must have fallen out of the bag. I don't really know, but he was laying on the stairs. And I was like, all right, I have to take the rabbit. and she checked with her husband, and she checked with her kids. She checked with everyone. No one has ever seen it before. They don't know where it came from or why it's here. It's clearly handmade. It's clearly like handmade, not quite right.
Get it away from the camera, please.
And he's this is Creeperton, and he just sort of appeared right when we were thinking of starting a business, and then appeared again, and no one has any idea where he came from or why he was there.